Good morning, guys. Last session we discussed about operators, right? Operators are the symbols which is used to perform some operations, right? In the operators, like we done the discussion about arithmetic operators. Okay, arithmetic operators, and second one is assignment operators. Assignment operators, right? And the third one is I would say relational, or we can say conditional operators. Conditional operators. Next up. Fourth one, logical operators. Logical operators, right? Next one, new operator, and third one is sixth one is the dot operator. Dot operator meaning which is only dot only, okay? Dot operator. And the seventh one we had done with the ternary operator, right? Ternary operator. Okay. Eighth one we have the topic that is the unary operator. Unary operator. Okay, so these are the in the last session we had done the discussion about this all the seven concepts: arithmetic operators, assignment operators, relational operators, and logical operators, new operator, dot operator, turn off. So the next one is the unary operator. So this is a very simple topic actually. This one we will discuss today last session. Okay, in the end of the session we will discuss about the unary operator, right? So now we'll start the session with conditional operators. Today we'll start the session with conditional operators. Okay. The first question, what does it mean by conditional operators? So conditional statements. Okay. The first question, what is conditional statements? So making the decisions, making we can make the decisions based on the conditions. We can make the decisions. We can make the decisions based on the conditions. Decision based on the condition is called conditional statement. So based on the condition, right? So is there any classification we have the under conditional statements? Yes, we have the classification. First one is the simple if, and next one is the if else, and the third one is if else if. Okay, fourth one we have the nested if, and fifth one we have the switch case. Switch case. Uh, Clear with my point? Conditional statements meaning we can make the decisions based on the condition. Okay, we have some classification like simple if else if, nested if, and switch case. Switch case. Okay, I will show you some with one like some psychological example. Then you will get some idea about image properties. Increase the size, right? Okay, fine. So we are discussing about conditional statements, right? Conditional statements. చలో సరే 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 conditional statements based on the I would say making the decisions based on the conditions, right? Now I will take some example. Through the examples, you can try to understand. For example, we can assume we have the car, and we have the car. This is the car. We have the car. So we need to drive the car. We have the car. We need to drive the car. Okay. If the car have the fuel, if the car have the fuel, then we can make successfully drive. Okay. If the car have the fuel, we can make the successful drive, right? We can make the successful drive. We can make the successful drive. Successful drive. Okay. If the car fuel is not available, we are not make a successful drive. So here fuel is the condition. Based on the condition, we are making the drive. If the fuel is not available, we are not making the any drive. We are not making the any drive. So this is unsuccessful drive. Unsuccessful drive. Are you guys clear with my point? We can assume I am telling some psychological example. Through that, we'll get the clarity. We have the car. So based on, if the car have the fuel, then we can make the successful drive. If the car don't have the any fuel, then how will you drive? There is no possibility. Based on the condition, this is the condition. Based on the condition, you can make the decisions, right? This is the one example. So in the conditional statements, we have the simple if else if. So we'll try to understand one by one, right? So first one, we'll try to discuss about if else statement. Simple if, not if else. First one, we'll discuss about the simple if. Simple if. Okay. First one, the first thing is flow diagram. We'll try to understand with the flow diagram. Okay. I will take some, I would say, here it is, has started. You can take here the start, and here we'll take the condition, and based on the condition, it will check the condition. If the condition is true, then it will execute the set of statement, and then the controller got terminated. The controller got terminated, right? So first it will start here. Okay, first it will start here. So I would say I will take here. So the first it will start here, and it will check the condition. It will check the condition. If the condition is true, then only it will comes to here, and it will execute the set of statements. Set of statement, and then the control got terminated. Simple if is only the true concern. Only positive scenario we will choose with the simple if. Only true concern. Whenever the statement is true, then only we will go with the simple if statement. Are you guys clear with my point? Is there any syntax for the simple if? Yes, we have the syntax. The syntax should be like this. Syntax for simple if. We can take first to, I would say, if is the keyword, right? If is the keyword, and then here you can take the condition. You can take the condition, and from here to here, this is the scope of the if block. This is the scope of the if block. Scope of if block. Scope of if block. First, the controller will check the condition. If the condition is true, if the condition is true, then only the controller go inside the if block. If the condition is false, the controller directly got terminated. Are you guys clear with my point? Only true concern we should go with. We should go with the simple if. Only true concern. First, it will check the condition. If the condition is true, then only it will the controller go inside the if block, and it will execute the set of statements. Set of the statements, right? We will write the set of statements inside the if block. Whenever the condition is true, then only the controller will go inside the if block, and it will execute. And it will execute. Are you guys clear with my point? So we'll try to understand with theoretical and practical as well. Then we'll get the clarity. So I will write the program on simple if. Some I am taking some demo. Okay. Here the first thing is we need to take the file. Simple if I am mentioning the class name and file name simple if only. Simple if dot Java. Okay. Public class. I will use some font size. Public class simple if. Okay, and from here to here this is the scope of class, and here I am taking public static void main. Okay, and the string I would say aux, right? From here this is the scope of main method, right? This is the scope of main method, and here I am taking some values like if I would take int a equal to 10, right? Int b equal to some 20. Okay, here I am taking the if is the keyword which is available in the result was in the Java, and here I would take some condition. The condition you can take anything. So in my case I am taking the condition which is a less than b, which is true or false. True. If the condition is true, then my controller go inside, then my controller will go inside, it will go inside and it will print the set of statement like this. So here I will write some dummy message. Here I will write some dummy message like this. I would say system dot out dot println. Here I will write some dummy message like a is less than b. Yeah, a is less than b, less than b. You can write any dummy message. So this is the dummy message for sample purpose I'm showing. Are you guys clear with my point? Main method, main class, from here to here this is the scope of the class, right? And from here to here this is the scope of main method. Here I am taking two variables, int a equal to 10, int b equal to 20, and I am giving the condition. So if is the predefined keyword, and which is used to like only the true concern, only the positive concern we should go approach with simple if and here I am passing the condition. It will check the condition. If the condition is true, then only it will execute the statements. Then only it will execute the statements, right? So I am coming here, save the file. Okay, wherever the file is available, there only you can open the command prompt. Open command prompt, and you can compile the file java c simple if dot java. Okay, the file has successfully compiled. We need to execute the file java simple if right? So a is less than b. You got it? Only the positive concern, when only the true concern, whenever the condition is true, then only the statement will execute. Then only the statement will execute. Okay, then only the statement will execute, right? Got it? Okay. Where we are. Next thing is, this is clear, guys. First one is the simple if, only the true concern, only the positive concern we should go approach with simple if. Next one is if else. Next one is, I would say, if else. If else. So which is for both true and false concern, which is both positive and negative concern. Both positive and negative concern. Positive and negative concern. Okay, we can say both, or we can say both true and false concern. Both true and false concern, right? So is there any flow diagram for the if else? Yes, we have the flow diagram. So the flow diagram, which is basically first one. So our program will start here, and then next thing we have, it will check the condition, and then if the condition is true, then it will execute the statements. It will execute the statements. If the condition is false, if the condition is false, it will execute the false the else block, and then finally the controller got terminated. Finally the controller got terminated. Are you guys clear with my point? So the first here the program will start here. Here the program will start here, and it will check the condition. It will comes here, and here it will check the condition. Here we have the condition. This is the condition, right? It will check the condition. If the condition is true, if the condition is true, if the condition is true, then it will execute the statements. If block statement. This is the if block statement. It will execute the if block statements, and then the controller got terminated. So when this is positive concern, sometimes what will happen? So if the condition is not satisfied, if the condition is false, then what will happen? The controller will comes to here. So this is the false concern. Okay, and this is the else block. In the else block, we have set of statements. Set of statements. Okay, this is the else block. It will execute the else block, and then the controller got terminated, and then the controller got terminated. Are you guys clear with my point? The controller got terminated. If else is the both positive and negative concern, but in case of simple if, which is only the positive only, which is only the positive. Whenever the condition is true, then only whenever the condition is true, then only I would say it will execute the set of statements. In case of if else, it will it is the both concern, which is true, which is positive and negative concern. Okay, if the condition is true, then it will execute the if statements, and if the condition is false, it will execute the else block statements. Okay, I will write some sample program on it. You will get the clarity. Same, I am going the here. Here I am taking one more file which is belong to, I'm taking one more file. The file, I would say, if else if else dot java, right? So the first we need to take the class public class if else, right? If else, from here to here, this is the scope of the class, and here we need to take the main method public static void main, and we need to take the string args, right? Here this is the scope of the main method. Now what I'm taking, so here I'm taking some values. Int the same variables you can take, int a equal to 10 and int b equal to 20, and b equal to 20, right? And here I am taking the first thing is if condition. Here I will take the condition, and if the condition is true, then it will execute the if block. So here what I'm taking, if the condition is false, then what will happen? It will comes to else block, and it will comes to else block, and it will do the else statements. So here what I'm taking, the condition is a less than or equal to 20. That is the true concern. That is the true concern. Already we know about the true concern. Now in case of less than, I am taking the greater than b. So this is the false. So a is holding the value is 10, b is holding the value is 20. So a is not greater than b. That is the false. That is the false. If the condition is true, then I want to execute this statement, which is system dot out dot println. Okay, a is less than, b, right? And here if the condition is not satisfied, if the condition is false, here I would like to write, so a is not greater than b. A is not greater than b. A is not greater than b. Not greater than b. This is clear. Are you guys clear with my point? If the condition is true, then it will execute this block. If the condition is false, then the controller comes inside else block. The controller comes inside the else block. So here we have the syntax. The syntax should be like this. Syntax for if else. First we should take the if block, and here we need to take the condition. If the condition is true, then the controller go inside. Here we have the set of statements. Right? Statements, and this is the scope of if block. Scope of if block. Okay. If the condition is false, then we have the else, and from here to here, this is the scope of else block. Scope of else block. And here we have the statements. So this is the, in case of if else block, we need to understand these things: positive and negative concern, or we can say true and false concern. If the condition is true, then it will execute the if block. If the condition is false, then it will execute the else block. Are you guys clear with my point? In case of if else block, we need to remember these things. Right? So I will go here, and then I will compile the file, whatever the I have written. So we'll try to compile, and then verify. We need to save the file. Okay. Wherever the file is there, you can come in that location, open command prompt, and Java C, and your file name if else dot java, right? So the file has successfully compiled, and then if else, so a is not greater than b, meaning else block is executing. In my program, for example, I'm changing the condition. I am mentioning the condition A is less than B. Then which statement will execute? Which block will execute? If block will execute. Okay. If else, and then Java if else. Okay. A is less than B, right? So this is the way first first this is only the positive concern, only the positive, and this is both positive and negative concern, both positive and negative concern, right? Are you guys clear with my point? Any question, anyone in these two areas? Okay, third one is if else if. We'll try to understand if else if. Okay, third topic is if else if. So when we should go with this approach, meaning whenever we have the multiple conditions, whenever you have the multiple conditions, we will go with the if else if. So I will show you some practical examples. Multiple conditions, multiple conditions. Then we will go approach with if else if, right? So I would say the syntax should be like this. Syntax should be like this. Syntax. So first we have, I would say, if block, and here it will first check the condition. It will check the condition. If the condition is true, then it will execute the immediate if block. And if the condition is false, then what will happen? We have the else if, and the controller immediately it will go to the else if block, and here it will check the condition. Okay, here the condition is okay, then it will execute immediately else if block. So in this case also the condition is false. In this case also the condition is false, then the controller immediately it will goes to next else if block, next else if block, and there it will check the condition. There it will check the condition, and then it will execute the immediate else if block, right? I will show you, this is the syntax for the if else if. I will show you some like a practical example, so then you can get the clarity. Normally, like we'll write the exams, right? So I will take one example, that is the mocks validation. Mocks validation. Mocks validation. Okay, my requirement is, I'm telling you guys, write a Java program, write a Java program, write a Java program to validate the mocks, to validate the mocks, to validate the mocks, validate the mocks like below, like below. If the student got, if the student got 75 to 100, you should display he got distinction. You got, the person got distinction. Whoever is the score the person got in between 75 to 100, he got distinction. Next thing is 60 to 75. Okay, 60 to 75, he got first class, first class. Okay, next I would say 35 to 60, second class, second class. And last thing is 0 to 35, we need to display the message is study well, study well. Are you guys clear with my point? Write a Java program. I am giving like this. Write a Java program to validate the marks like below. If the person got the score in between 75 to 100, we need to display distinction. He got the distinction. And if the person got 60 to 75, we can say we need to display first class. If the person got 35 to 60 marks, then we need to display second class. If the person got 0 to 35, we need to display study well. We need to display study well. If you observe here, so we have here one condition, here one condition, here one condition, here one condition. Whenever you have the multiple condition, then you should go with if else. I will write the program and then you will get the clarity. So I will take one more file. The file name is if else if demo dot java, right? The file name you can take anything, no issue. Okay, now here what I am doing, public class, increasing zoom, public class if else if demo, right? And from here to here, this is the scope of the class, and here we should take the public static void main, and then string args, and from here to here, this is the scope of main method. Here what I am doing, I am doing the mocks validation. So here instead of if else if demo, we can make a class, validation, mocks validation, Okay, okay. Here I am taking the conditions. If the person got score in between, I am taking the first block. Here I am taking the condition. If the I am taking the variable that is int marks equal to anything. I am taking for example 85. Okay, so here I am taking the conditions like this. If the marks, the person uh, more than 75, less than 100, at the time I need to display marks is greater than or equal to display this message. Which message? This one. I need to display this one. So which is the person got system dot out dot println. Okay, he got distinction. Are you guys clear with my point? So this is only one condition. What about remaining conditions? So the remaining conditions also we can take the same thing. Here I would like to take else if, and here I would like to take the condition which is marks greater than or equal to 60. Okay, and then a condition and marks less than or equal to 75, right? And here when I need to when the condition is satisfied, I need to display this message: system dot out dot println, system dot out dot println. Okay, here I need to display a got first class. Okay, fine. So in the same way, I am copying this statement. So I am pasting here also. So if the person got 35 to 60, so greater than 35 and less than 60, then what should I display the message? He got second class, and the same message I'm pasting here. And okay, here what I am saying. So if the person got less than or equal to 0 and 35, then I need to display the message study well, study well, right? Mm. Yeah, you got it right, this one. So multiple conditions we need to take. So which, like the person got the score in between, I would say, 75 to 100, we need to display the message which is he got the distinction, right? And I would say the next one is, if the person got the score in between 60 to 75, and we need to display the message is he got the first class. And third thing, if the person he got in between 35 to 60, we need to display the message is, we need to display the message is he got the second class. And in between we need to mention greater than 35. And here also, okay. Got it right? So multiple conditions. We have the multiple conditions. We are passing as marks is the variable and which is holding the 85. So where the condition is satisfied, then that block statement, that statement will execute. That statement will execute. Are you guys clear with my point? So in my case, this is the hard coding. So I am taking the hard coding value. Like marks is the variable which is holding the value as 85, which is holding the I would say value as 85. Now I am saving the file, and wherever wherever the file is there, then I should go there and you can open the command prompt, right? And then here you can mention with the Java, and then if demo dot Java. Okay, if demo dot Java. So we are not mentioning the public. Okay, public. Save the file and come here. Okay, and then Java C if else if demo. So the file has successfully compiled, and we need to interpret the file Java, and if else I can say if demo, and then I got the distinction. So in case of I would say, if I take some 55, then what might be the result? What might be the output? First, first the controller check this condition. This condition is satisfied. No, this condition is not satisfied, meaning here the conditions which is like the value in between 75 to 100, then immediately the controller will go to the second condition. There it will check the second condition. So in the second condition, it will check the condition like the number should be 60 to 75. Is my number is in between 60 to 75? No. Immediately the controller will goes to the third condition. Third condition. And then there it will check my number is in between 35 to 65. Yes. Then this block will execute. I am saving this one, and I am coming here. The same thing. Java, I would say Java C. Need to compile the file, and we need to execute the file, right? We got the second class. We got the second class. In the same way, we can find out the role finder. Role finder like this. The second topic is not topic. Second real-time example is role finder. In the IT industry, generally the positions, if you have 0 to 2 years of experience, you are the associate engineer. You are the associate engineer. Okay, and you have, I would say, 3 to 5 years of experience. You are the engineer. I would say system engineer. Okay, system engineer. You are the system engineer, right? Next, you have 5 to 9 years of experience. You are the senior software engineer. Senior software engineer. senior software engineer, right? And you have like 9 to 9 to 14. So you are the manager. Manager. So more than 14, like 14 to more than 14. 14 to you can say 18. So you are the architect, right? So this is the we need to display if the person have the experience in between 3 to 5, we need to display system engineer. If the person have the experience in between 5 to 9, we need to display senior software engineer. And if the person have I would say in between 9 to 14, we need to display manager. And if the person have the 14 18, we need to display architect. We need to display architect, right? So this program is called role finder. Based on the experience, we can find out the based on the experience we can find out the positions. We can find out the positions, right? So we can do the same way. How we are did the program like based on the marks validation. We can do the same way. We can do the same way, right? Next one is nested if. We'll try to discuss with nested if. So nested if meaning one if available inside another if. Fourth one. This is the fourth one. Nested if. Nested if. Okay. Normally, this is the if block, right? This is the if block. We'll take the condition, and if the condition is okay, if the condition is okay, then what will happen? If the condition is okay, then it will execute this one. If the condition is false, then it will execute the else block, right? So this is the one if block. This is the one if block. This is the first if block. First if block. Now what I am doing, I am taking one more if block. This if block is the same if block, so which is I am taking another color. This is the one if block. Here also I am taking one more if block. If and this is the set of statements, and then else, and here also. So if you observe here, this is the two if blocks. Nested if meaning one if block which is available in the another if. Now if you observe how I am writing, this is the if block, right? If block, and here this is the scope of if block. Inside the if block I am writing one more if block. Inside the if I am writing one more. So that's enough. Nested if meaning one if block which is available in the another if. This is called inner if. This is called inner if. Okay. This is called outer if. This is called outer if. This is called outer if. Are you guys clear with my point? Nested if meaning one if one if which is available in the another if. One if which is one if present if ke andar if meaning one if which is available in another if. So such kind of if blocks is called nested if. Nested if. Okay. So syntax is also like this only. Syntax also like this only. This is the syntax. You can say this is the syntax for the nested if. Here we can have this is the syntax. Syntax. First it will check the condition. First it will check the condition, and then if the condition is okay, then the controller will go inside and it will execute. It will here also it will check the condition. If the condition is okay, then it will execute inside this one. Inside this one. If the condition is false here, then it will execute else block. Okay, this is very easy actually. So I will write the program and then I'll show you how it will work. Taking the file nested if demo. Public static void main. This is the scope of main method, and this is the scope of main method. Here, what I am taking int a equal to. You can take anything. Int x equal to any number you can take. In my case, I am taking one, and int y equal to. Okay, int y equal to. I am taking two, right? So the first thing is we'll write the syntax, right? This is the condition, and if the condition is true, then what will happen? The controller will go inside. The controller will go inside. Okay, if the condition is true. Here, nested if meaning inside we have one more if block. So here I am taking one more condition, and here the condition is true. Then it will execute the inside inner block, inside if block, inner if block. It will execute. Are you guys clear with my point? So now I am taking the condition. Now I am taking the condition which is x, x I would say less than y. Then what will happen? So the my condition is true or false? My condition is true. Then what will happen? The controller will go inside, and here what I am doing, I am mentioning like x, anything you can mention x less than 10. Okay, x less than 10. Now here I am mentioning the message system dot out dot println. Here I am mentioning the dummy message x is less than x is less than 10, right? X is less than 10. Okay, I'm saving the file. I'm saving the file. Okay, here also we can write the message like a system dot out dot println println. So this is optional. Okay, you can mention outer if, right? You can mention outer if and then statement dot execute. If the condition is not if the condition is false, then what will happen? We need to display else block. Here you can mention the else block which is x is not less than y. The condition meaning x is not greater than now the condition is true, meaning x is less than 2. Here we need to display the message is system dot out dot println x is not greater than y. Okay, save the file. I'm saving the file. I'm going here, wherever the file is there. I can come here, open CMD, and then I would say Java C, and then the name is nested if demo dot Java, and then Java, I would say nested if demo dot demo. Okay, so outer if x is less than 10. So we'll try to manipulate one by one. This is optional, right? So if I remove this line also, no issue. So I'm saving this file, and I'm coming here. If you observe here, the file has successfully compiled and the file has successfully executed, right? Now, so here I am taking else block also. Here I am taking else block, and here I am taking the statement which is system.out.println, system.out.println, right? Here I am mentioning, so why I am taking the else? If the condition is true, then it will execute the if block. Sometimes the condition is false. For example, here I am taking like 0. Then what will happen? The condition is absolutely false. If the condition is false, then I need to display this message. I need to display this message. The message which is x is not less than 0. X is not less than 0. I need to display this message. Okay. Right. I'm saving this file. Now I am going to command prompt. I am executing the file, and then x is not less than 0. Are you guys clear with my point? Controller first it will comes here. This is the line number 7. Here it will check the condition. If the condition is true, then the controller it will go inside the if block. In the inside the if block, we have one more if block. There it will check the condition. If the condition is true, then again it will goes to one more time inside the if block. If the condition is false, immediately it will goes to the else block, and then the whatever the statements we have in the if block, else block, the statements will execute. The statements will execute. So first it will go inside here, and then here it will check the condition. Here also the condition is okay. Then it will go inside inner if block, and it will execute the inner statement. Here the condition is false. Then the controller will goes to the else block, and it will print this statement. Okay. In the first step only, if the condition is false, then what will happen? The controller will not go inside. The controller, when the condition is positive, then only it will goes to inside. So in the outside only the condition is false, then the controller what it will do? Immediately it will goes to the else block, and it will execute the else block. Now if you observe, x is holding the 1 and y is holding the 2. I am mentioning the condition x is greater than 2. Which is possible? No. This is the false condition. So when the I would say condition is false, then immediately it will execute the else block. Now I am coming here, and I am compiling the file, right? And then I am executing the file. X is not greater than y. X is not greater than y. Are you guys clear with my point? Nested if is very easy. If you understood like if else, then we can keep one more if else inside the one if. So that's enough. Nested if very easy. Okay, don't confuse. You can try with first you can try with only if, and in the second step you can take else. Okay, first one you can take with if only, and then after that you can get the clarity. You can try with else, and you can try with outer else. Okay, this is all about nested if. Next thing we have switch case, right? Switch case is very all are very important. So next we are discussing about the switch case. Switch case. So how the syntax it should be, I will show you. So switch is also predefined keyword, right? Switch is also predefined keyword. Switch statements. Okay, switch statements. Switch also predefined keyword, and like which is also whenever we have the multiple conditions. Whenever we have the multiple conditions, at the time we should go with switch case, multiple conditions. I will show you. And in the interview perspective also, here in this area we have very important question. Actually, I will tell after this switch statement, I will tell that interview question as well. Okay, syntax for the switch statement. Syntax. Okay, switch keyword, and then here we need to take a variable. You can take any variable, and then here this, from here to here, this is the scope of switch block. This is the scope of a switch block. So here I'm telling some example. For example, int I am taking as a variable equal to 2. Then inside the switch case I am taking the conditions like case 1, and here I am taking some SOP statement. Here I am mentioning case 1 executed. Case 1 executed. Okay. Next, case 2. Case 2. I am mentioning SOP and case 2 executed. Case 2 executed. Okay, fine. So here in the switch case, it will check the comparison. Like a variable which is holding the value is 2. Okay. First the controller, it will come inside the switch block, right? First it will check the case 1. Case 1 is having the integer which is 1, and it will check the comparison. A variable is holding the value which is 2, and first controller comes here and it will check the first condition like this. Comparison, it will compare with case 1 like this. So variable which is holding the value is 2, and case 1 which is having the value is 1. So comparison, the both are equal or not equal? 2 is not equal to 1. Then the controller will goes to the next step. Here it will check the condition 2, right? This is the satisfy condition. So when the condition is satisfied, then immediately it will execute the statement. Then it will execute the statement, right? If we have the another statement as well like this, case 3 equal to SOP of case 3 executed, case 3 executed, then it will come here 2 double equal to 3. They both are equal. So double equals is the operator, I would say, which is used to compare a comparison between two values. This is the one value which is available in the left side, and this is the value which is available in the right side. Double equals is the operator which is used to compare two values. Compare two values, or you can say compare to data. Okay. This is not satisfied. So here this is satisfied. So that's why this statement will execute. This statement will execute, right? So I will demonstrate. I will write the program on switch case. Switch demo. Here I will take one more file, that is the switch demo. Switch demo. Switch demo dot java. So all predefined keywords are small case only. Okay, don't confuse. But this switch is the class name. Class name is my wish. Okay, but in case of writing like predefined keywords, we need to use small case only, right? Now here we need to mention the main method. I am taking the main method like public static void main, and then we need to take the string aux. Okay, here we need to take the scope of main method, right? And then here we should take switch case, right? So we can take here I am taking a switch. Okay, this is the and here we have the block of switch. Okay, this is the block of switch. Now here what I'm taking it is the data type, and you can take any name. Choice is the variable name. In my case I'm taking 2, right? 2 is the value and choice is the variable. Variable choice variable is holding the value is 2, and here I am passing the choice, that variable name I am passing here. Choice I am passing here. Okay, and here I'm mentioning the cases, case 1, and here I am mentioning like case 1 system.out.println, system.out.println, right? Here I am mentioning the condition which is case 1 executed, case 1 executed, right? In the same way you can take remaining as well, case 2, case 3, and case 4. Okay, this is the case 2, and this is the case 3. Okay, case 2 and case 2 executed, and this one is the case 3 and case 3 executed, right? Case 3 executed. Are you guys clear with my point? We are taking the choice variable and which is holding the 2, and here I am passing as a variable, and the controller come inside and it will check the, it will compare two values. Where the two values are equal, then that statement will execute. Then that statement will execute, right? So I'm saving this file. I'm coming here, and then wherever the file is there, then I can open with Java C switch demo dot Java, and then switch demo, right? Uh, Now if you observe here, we have one issue also. What is the issue? So in only the case 2 only satisfied, but case 3 also executing. So how will you overcome? So to overcome with the help of break statements. With the help of break statement, and we can mention the break statement, and here also you should mention the break statement. You should mention the break statement, right? I'm saving this one, and then one more time I'm coming here, switch demo.java, and then switch demo. Got it? So my question is switch statement which is used to multiple conditions only. Okay. Uh, if you observe here, if else if, which is also for multiple conditions only. Then both are for multiple conditions. Why they JDK people has introduced I would say two topics. Which is one is the if else if, and second one is the switch case. So I am saying the both for multiple conditions only. If the both are multiple conditions, why the JDK people has introduced two topics? One topic is enough now. Got it? What I am asking? I am saying the both topics is for multiple conditions only. Switch case is also multiple conditions, and if else if also multiple conditions. If the both are multiple conditions, why we need two topics? One topic is enough now. So that is the interview perspective. That is the question they will ask. Okay, both are for multiple conditions only, but when we have the conditions limited, like below 5 conditions, below 5 to 10, you can say 5 to 10 conditions, then at the time we should approach with if else if. When we have the more than more than 10 conditions, at the time you should go with switch case. Switch case. Got it? In the more than 10 cases, if I go with if else also, your code will work, but that is the not recommended way. That is the not recommended way. Why? Because basically, if you go this approach, it will increase the lines of code. It will increase the lines of code, right? But if you go switch case approach, it will reduce the lines of code, and if you see the code also, it will be readability. You can get the clarity. So when we have the conditions in between 5 to 10, you should go with if else if. When we have the conditions more than 10, so in the real time scenarios, we need to validate, like sometimes we have the 100 condition, 200 conditions also. At the time you should go with switch case. At the time you should go with switch case. Got it? So this is the in the interview perspective. What is the difference between if else if and switch case? When should I go for the if else if, and when should I go for the switch case? Okay, when we have the limited conditions, like 5 to conditions, less than 10 conditions, at the time you can choose with if else if. When we have the more than 10 conditions, you choose with the switch case. You can choose with the switch case, right? These all are, I would say, conditional statements. Okay, we have 5 conditional statements: simple if else if else if else if, nested if, and switch case. Got it? Next thing here is, so in these programs, if I open these programs, right, if you observe here, int marks is the hard coded. This is hard coding or not? This is the hard coding, meaning I have taken the value in the file itself only. But if you want to read the data from the keyboard, we have the three approaches. I will show you where my file is available. Okay, fine. So if you want to read the data from, if you want to read the data from, read the data from the keyboard, we have three ways. What are the three ways? What are the three ways? First way is buffered reader. First way is buffered reader. Buffered reader. Okay. Second way is scanner class. Scanner class. This is also predefined class only. Second one is the scanner class. Third one is the command line arguments. Third one is the command line arguments. Command line arguments. Command line arguments. Got it? Are you guys clear with my point? Generally, this is the hard coding now. So if I want to change the any value, so every time I need to go to the file. File meaning that is the source file, that is called hard coding. Every time I need to go with the file and I need to change the value. I need to change the value and then I need to validate them. I need to validate the conditions, right? So instead of giving hard coding, we can read the data from keyboard in three ways. We can read the data from keyboard in three ways. What are the three ways? These are three ways. One is the buffered reader. Second one is the scanner class. Third one is the command line arguments. Third one is the command line arguments, right? Now, buffered reader also one predefined classes, which is available in java.io package. Java.io package. So I'm showing you somewhere which is available. Java. Okay, these are the three ways we can read the data from the keyboard. Okay, buffered reader also one predefined class, and scanner also one predefined class. Predefined class meaning already JDK people they has written some classes. Okay, we can use those classes and we can implement our projects, right? Okay, these all buffered reader is the predefined class. Scanner class is the one predefined class. Next one command line is the these are the three ways we can read the data from the keyboard, right? And so we'll try to start with buffered reader. So basically instead of taking a hard coding, we can take the data from the keyboard, right? So that is three concepts. So time is we have 17 minutes. So within this 17 minutes, like we have the pending topic, we will cover the pending topic. That is unary operators. Okay, unary operators is a very easy topic. So I will tell you unary operator. Okay. So plus meaning we have two operators. Plus meaning increment by one, right? Next minus meaning decrement by one. decrement by 1, right? Decrement by 1. Okay, so for this unary operator I will take one sample file and then I will show you how it will be. So I am coming here and I am taking one more file. The file name uh, I'm mentioning as unary operator. Anything you can mention unary operator on Java, right? Okay, I'm opening this one. Okay, public class unary operator dot Java. Not Java. Unary operator scope of the class, and here we need to take the method. The method name is public static void main and then string. Okay, args, right? This is the scope of main method. Okay, here I am taking the value int a equal to 10, right? A, any variable you can type. I'm taking x, saving this file. Now what I'm doing, I'm taking print statement, system dot out dot println, right? So I'm mentioning, I'm taking value of, this is the, I would say, string. Okay, you can take anything, no issue. And then I am doing the concatenation. So if I execute my file will compile or not. My file will compile, and what might be the result? Huh? My result is 10. Okay, nice. My result is 10. Okay. Now what I am doing? X plus plus. Okay. The same statement I am copying from there and I am pasting here. Right? Then what might be the result? 11. 11. So I would say x is the variable which is holding the 10. Here I am doing the increment. X plus plus meaning increment by 1. Got it? Increment by 1. Okay. I am copying this statement and again I am coming here. Okay. So now you can tell me what might be the result? Huh? 12. Okay. I am copying the same statement and I am coming down. Okay. Now what might be the result? 13. Right? Okay, 13. Okay, fine. Now what I am doing, so instead of taking x plus plus, I am taking minus. Okay, I am taking the same statement I am printing here. Then what might be the result in this case? 12. Then are you guys observing what is happening? Plus plus meaning increment by the 1. Okay, initially it is holding the value 10. When I am mentioning the plus plus, which is x value which is holding 11, meaning x is increment by the 1. In this case x is already holding the value 11 and now I am one more time I am increment by the 1. Then I will come the, in this case the